What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. I'm your host, Siren Frost, and in today's video, so I know I did a deck profile twice yesterday, but I figured this would be the last one for today because I want to get this off. I want to finish all 5 nations of OverDress from the main protagonist and their light decks, so that next week I can start working on the dark versions of each of the nations. And this is the least favorite deck profile that I've been debating I even want to do anymore, because at first when I want to do this, I want to, I want to enjoy it. I want to actually, I like the artwork on some of these things. But Tohya, this is the deck profile for the Heavenly series of Bastion. And I've been dreading on doing this ever since I saw episode 10, where he revealed his true colors as being a fucking dickhead. He is, literally, this is the definition of an asshole. When things didn't go his way, he resorts to violence, and he resorted to burn every single team's flag and banner just because to prove a point that maybe he's better than everybody else, and maybe he hates Vanguard personally. He just wants to use it to destroy all the fun in the world and become like a very competitive player. And for some of us who like Bastion as a unit or as a deck, it's a fun deck, a very budget one. I mean, obviously it's a combination of BT1 and trial decks, so obviously it's nothing not great until the later sets come out. But this is my least favorite deck profile of doing, and I'm glad I'm finishing this up right now to get this off my chest so I can transfer the good cards to the other Keter sanctuary deck profile. So without any further ado, let's just move on to the deck profile right now so I can get this off my chest and go to bed. So for the right deck, I'm playing Knight of Heavenly Bow base, Grade 1, Knight of Heavenly Sword Fort, Grade 2, Knight of Heavenly Spear Rooks, and finally Apex Ruler Bastion. So this is all the right deck. The right chain it's very easy. So I guess we can go for each one. So in Fort's case right here, when this unit is wrote upon by Rook, reveal 2 grade 3 cards in your hand. Reveal the top card of your deck, call it to rear guard if it's a unit card. If it is a unit card, and put it into your drop zone if it isn't. So this deck does revolve around a lot of grade 3s, and I think that's blasphemous, but the more power the better, because that's what Bastion is based on. So that's Fort. Now Rooks is his ability. When this unit is wrote upon by Bastion, reveal 3 grade 3s cards from 3 grade 3s from your hand and draw a card. During the turn, if you have 3 or more grade 3 units, this unit gains boost and 5,000 power. Okay, so far these are actually pretty good units, but Bastion is a whole different story. During your turn, all your grade 3 units will get 2,000 power. 1 turn only. At the end of the battle that your drive check revealed a grade 3, discard a card from your hand and choose one of your rear guards and stand it, and they get 10,000 power until the end of the turn. I mean, again, this deck does revolve around a lot of grade 3s, and it does have a sweet genre to it, but the lore itself, Bastion's much like his user Tohya, he's a fucking dickhead. He's a dictator. Like, there is nothing good about him at all. And I feel bad for these guys to basically follow him in the wrong direction. So, yeah. I'm not, like I said, it's a good deck, but it's just, I'll be honest with you guys, I just can't wait to put this away in my little box, because I don't even want to play it. I may play it from time to time just for fun, but it turned me off big time. Okay, now for the main deck, we are playing 4 copies of Healer of Heavenly Staff Arshes. So 4 heal triggers. 3 draws, which is Exalted Knight Ealfred. And then we're also playing 8 crits in this deck. Knight of Heavenly Hammer Gurgant. And then we're also adding White Fang Witch Disma as the last critical trigger in the deck. I know some people can play front, so they really want to. If they want to make a full Bastion deck, you know, all that good stuff. But I prefer this, you know, this build personally, rather than the Hexorb Magus or Hexorb Sorceress. I guess just for personal reasons, I guess. Oh, I forgot one more thing. The Overtrigger. Light Dragon Deity of Honors Amartinoa? Oh, hold on. What's the last one? Amartinoa. Amartinoa. That's the best I can do. So, yeah, we got one Overtrigger. I almost forgot to put that one in there. My bad, guys. Now, I know the deck revolves around a shit ton of great 3s, and all you need is like one, like, your complete guard, and that's it. But the way I want to build it is that I'd rather have a grade 2 and grade 1 as a backup contingency if something kind of goes wrong. So, in this deck, I'm playing 3 copies of Knight of Heavenly Sword Fort, and 4 complete guard, which is Aegismare Dragon. See, 7 grade 1s, that's all you pretty much need in a deck. I know a lot of people are going to argue with me about this and come for me about it, but this is my personal thing. So if you guys don't like it, then I'm sorry, that's tough shit. It's like, I'm not trying to, you know, force your opinion about it, but it's just, this is my personal opinion. And for grade 2s, I'm playing 3 copies of Knight of Heavenly Spear Rooks, as only the 3 grade 3s that we probably need in deck. So that's it. Now for the grade 3 lineup, and oh my god, this is something that Morikawa would love and jizz on right now. 3 copies of Apex Ruler Bastion for the not only Persona ride and all that jazz. 3 copies of actual Analyst Kokabiel. I think playing 4 of her would be a good chance because she's like an extension of a complete guard or a guard as well. But the condition is you have to have for every 2 grade 3s in your side of field. So 3, 6, or 2, 4, 6, so that would have been like 11,000 power or something like that. But I don't know. I keep her at 3 just because there's a lot of other units that I like the most. 3 copies of Knight of War Damage Fasado. He's actually a pretty good card to actually have in the deck. I might take him out of Bastion and put him in the Hexorb when that time comes. Just because Bastion doesn't really fucking need him and he doesn't deserve him. There you go. This card cannot be chose by your opponent's card effects, and when his card attacks hits, you cannot charge and soul charge 1. So, not bad. Next, I'm playing 2 Grant Heavenly Swords Alden. So when this unit is placed on rear guard, count last 1, so last 1. Choose a card from your hand and call it a rear guard. If you call it grade 3, draw 2 cards. When this unit attacks, if you have 3 or more grade 3 units, this unit gets plus 5,000 power until the end of the turn. Yeah. The next grade 3s, we're playing 3 copies of Knight of Broadaxe Rafluke. Sounds kind of French, but I'm doing the best I can here. So 3 of him, and his skill is put this into your soul. Choose a card. Choose one of your grade 3 rear guards, and it gets 10,000 power at the end of the turn. Like I said, we're playing a shit ton of grade 3s, you guys. Next, we're playing 3 copies of Dark Strain Dragon. I know people like to play 4 of him, and which that's more of an important thing. So I might take out maybe 1 Rafluke or Alden, just to put in 1 more of him, and then maybe 1 more Rafluke. I haven't decided quite yet. But what the dragon actually does is you Soul Blast 1, Soul Blast 2 cards, and as long as you have 3 or more grade 3 units, all your grade 3 units get power to boost. So basically, the dragon provides all your grade 3s in the back row to boost the ones in the front row. So, there you go. And now for the order cards. We have 2 Blitz orders, which is Hopeful Testode, right here. If you have 3 or more units, choose one of your units, and it gets plus 15,000 power in that battle. And then we also have 1 normal order, which is the Hour of Holy Judgment Cometh. And this actually wraps up the whole deck, you guys. Like, I'm not even joking about this. Yeah, like I said, this is a lot of grade 3s. Maybe something I'm not very quite used to. It's not my kind of playstyle. Most of my friends can also do it better than I can. So, I'm not saying I'm a terrible, trashy player when it comes to that. But I'm just saying, you know, there's a lot to learn and a lot to read on. And just, you know, make it more plausible if it comes to that. But, yeah, you guys, that is the conclusion deck profile for Bastion / Heavenly Sword, or Heavenly series, because this is all Heavenly. Even though I don't know why it's called Heavenly, because Bastion's not a good guy. If anything, he is pure evil to the core. But that's just me, and I've noticed that in the anime as well. So, you guys want to come for me for that? That's totally fine. And also, a small message to our beloved Deity, and I know I said many times over, I saw your little comments, and if you think for a second I haven't seen your comments, I got messages from you, kid. And here's my message to you. You still don't have the authority to tell me what to do with my channel. You have no right to tell me to quit this game because you feel threatened. Deep down, kid, you know you are threatened by my skills, because you have never seen me play the game. So therefore, you don't have no privileges. You have actually nothing for you right now. You think you're hot shit, but yet you don't post any content on your channel, which obviously you don't have any. And the funny thing is, you write a comment and then you get rid of it. Or better yet, it's transferred to my hidden messages, because the comments that you've made are very offensive. And I'm gonna say this right now and just give you some little bit of credit. Your grammar has worked out a little bit better, and your spelling got a little better, and your reducive language actually became a little better. But yet, you're still just so offensive and so aggressive with every deck profile I did. And, you know, this deck is more like you. Like, you remind me of Bastion and Tohya. You think you're so hot shit, and because you don't get your way, you want to just cause all hell and try to make someone else's life live in hell. Well, I hate to break it to you. My life is actually going good. My deck profiles are actually better because people actually like them. They have actual they have actual questions about the decks. And you don't have any questions whatsoever. You just want to be fucking rude and being ignorant and shit. So, newsflash, little boy, grow the fuck up, okay? And stay the fuck out of my business. Anyways, you guys, that concludes the deck profile for Bastion / Heavenly. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope this is like the end of me playing this deck right here, or this variant right here, because I'm sick and tired of seeing Tohya, and I'm already getting pissed off at the fact that he would go as far as burn every single team's banner because he wants to throw some hell, some shade. But next week, you guys, we will start in the Dark series of the Dark decks. Basically, what I mean is the dark versions of these decks here. And luckily, I managed to find 2 names that belong to Dragon Empire and Dark States. So that's a good thing right now. So anyways, you guys, have a good night. Make good choices. And I'll catch you guys next week if I have any time. Next week, you guys, for the next video. I'm Siren Frost, signing out.